Well, hello everybody, my name is Sir Medieval. What's up folks? Today is the day. Oh my god, Lost Ark is actually going into open beta, finally. About 8 hours from now is when it's going to be go time, so I wanted to compile a list of helpful tips to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck and completely ready for Lost Ark. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. So, newgameway it seems has actually opened up the floor for obtaining new accounts. They cost about $13.90 and are fresh out the oven, Korean phone verified, and ready to go for open beta. And I have to admit, as soon as I saw this, I had to buy one. Always good to have a backup for these kinds of games, but more than that, these accounts might actually sell out pretty quickly. So my advice to you is if you don't have an account yet for Lost Ark, go ahead and visit newgameway when you get a second and buy one of those bad boys today. Tested it out in the launcher and it logged in just fine. Hopefully the same can be said for when the game actually arrives as well. And maybe OBT Game will actually lower their prices in the near future as a result of that. Would be great if that happened actually. And then next up, let's talk about the best way to go about leveling in Lost Ark. From the research I've done, it seems like a very straightforward way of leveling. The best ways for leveling up for sure would be to obtain a party if you're able to. Whether it be one other person with you or a full party entirely, it'll help your leveling process immensely. The first thing you'll want to do as well is focus on the main story quests. Don't worry about side quests except the ones that are able to give you extra skill points when available. Try to go for those if you can. Also be sure to focus on story dungeons when you come across them. With more people, you'll be able to clear through them faster and get to the next content quicker to continue progressing. Similar to how we've done in previous MMOs as well. If you happen to find any purple quest icons, be sure to grab and complete those as soon as possible as well. You'll find those a little bit later on in the game. Grinding mobs isn't as efficient as in previous games, be sure to take note of that as well. In fact, it might give you next to no XP at all. But just make sure to start grinding out those quests as soon as you finish the prologue. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was something related to the utility for Lost Ark. So one of the things that I came across during my research is that although we don't have an English translated patch, it seems that we actually do have a skill builder. This will help us so much when it comes to building our classes. Make sure to grab the link if you don't know about it already. I'll leave it in the description below. And it has all the classes, all of the upgrades for the skills, everything you could possibly imagine, and hopefully they continue to update that as time goes on. There's also a Google Docs sheet that translates / goes into the mechanics of Lost Ark, such as the raids, the sailing system, crafting, treasure maps, etc. Gathered from the closed beta 3 testing phase, and at a glance it may seem like outdated information, but it's definitely one of the best we've got access to currently. Alongside ones like Cole Very's Lost Ark English Guide, leaving a link in the description below for that too. Next up on the list is the VPNs to use. You folks already probably know, there are a few VPN choices out there for you to use. Mudfish was having issues a little while back in terms of the item for Lost Ark, but you are able still to use the full VPN to get the same result. Mudfish is easy to use. You pay for data that could probably last you up to a month and a half if you're just playing the game or patching. Make sure you aren't downloading the game itself though, otherwise you'll burn through that data in the entire download, more than likely, if not about 75% of the way through. And be aware that you may get high ping with it, but it's still perfectly playable. If you're looking for a guide for it, I'll leave a link to the one that I made a while back in the description below. And one that has popped up recently as well that I would love to talk about is called exit lag. It seems like it not only acts as a VPN but a painkiller similar to What the Fast to reduce the amount of potential lag you'll be enduring during your gameplay. I went ahead and made a short guide for it to include it in this video to describe a little bit more about it and the process. I think it'll end up being one of the best options, if not the best option. Here's the info on it, and enjoy. Howdy! Alright, so for this section we're going to be teaching you how to use some of that exit lag, alright? Go ahead and bear with me, I'm going to type in my info and then we will go ahead and get started. Alright, we are now connecting to exit lag right now. So when you first come across it, it's going to look something like this for sure. And then what will happen is you're going to want to go ahead and select the search bar. You want to first type in the stove client. Okay, you want to go ahead and add that. So you want to select the region. Make sure you put it on KRCO2. If you're planning on downloading it at all, do it on the KR download. They put this new one in here so that they're not on the same node and you're not downloading on that node, and you know, just it was a mess. Just put it on KR download if you're planning on downloading the game. Anyway, go ahead and put it on there. Make sure you get at least 2 TCP routes and then go ahead and apply those. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and search up Lost Ark. There you are right there. Go ahead and put it on the same region, KRCL2. And it's going to start analyzing the routes. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You don't have to do anything extra besides this. You basically just log into your account after you've paid for a membership or what have you. Then you just apply the routes and put it on in. You can also apply the Google Chrome one to this, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But just make sure, I usually use about 3 TCP routes just in case. It works better for me. And then you can also put in Google Chrome. Right. And this is if you are planning on accessing the site for, you know, Lost Ark or whatever, then you could probably just do it that way too. And I'll go ahead and do this as well. And you just need like one TCP route for this. Exit lag itself actually acts as not only a VPN, but it also acts as a ping killer. So hopefully once we actually get in there, it'll actually prove useful in terms of reducing your ping. You're probably going to see about, I want to say about 200, 250 I think is a reliable ballpark. We might even get down to 150 though. If we do get down to 150, that would be truly amazing, okay? That's all for this segment though. Let's go. Now that you've got an idea of how to use exit lag, be sure to note that it's monthly based and you will need a subscription. For $6.50 a month, you could enjoy the program and use it for whatever game you'd like, not just Lost Ark. If exit lag doesn't have a game you're looking for, all it would take is a short message to the team and they would have it added for you after grabbing some information. They also have quarterly plans and semi-annual plans as well to sign up for. If you're interested in the product, I can provide you with the 15% off coupon under either Medieval or Sir Medieval in all caps, whichever one you feel like typing basically. Both should work, as well as my referral link that I'll leave in the description below as well. Now all that's left for us is to finally get in the game and have the time of our lives tonight. There's so many different content options that you'll have available in Lost Ark, I cannot wait to try it. Whether the servers crash on impact or we get in with the blaze of glory, I'm so ready for it. Thank you all so much for joining me and I hope you have a wonderful night or day. Into the Ark we go. And don't forget to check out the open beta trailer if you haven't already, okay?